Hi, I'm Eric Bowling in for Bill O'Reilly. Thanks for watching us tonight. Governor Mike Pence, the Republican vice presidential nominee, will join us in just a second. And there are many big developments in the presidential campaign to talk with him about, beginning with an Associated Press investigation finding that more than half the private individuals Hillary Clinton met with as Secretary of State were donors to the Clinton Foundation. The report adding fuel to Donald Trump's calls earlier this week for a special prosecutor to investigate Clinton and her family foundation during her time at the State Department. Now, earlier today, Clinton campaign manager Robbie Mook responded to the new revelations this way.
By our count, there were over 1,700 other meetings that she had. You know, she was Secretary of State. She was meeting with foreign officials and government officials constantly. So to pull all of them out of the equation, cherry pick a very small number of meetings is pretty outrageous.
Joining us now from Wilmington, North Carolina, Republican vice presidential nominee Mike Pence. Governor Pence, thanks for joining us. You heard Robbie Mook, their campaign manager for Hillary, saying, hey, there was cherry-picked data that the AP used. I don't know. Do you agree with that? Disagree? Push back?
It really is extraordinary, Eric, that this cascade of controversies and new emails coming out each and every day are continuing to give further and further evidence of a direct connection between foreign contributors and corporate contributors to the Clinton Foundation and access and special favors granted by the State Department. I mean, Donald Trump and I have made it clear that this evidence cries out for action. The Clintons should immediately shut down the Clinton Foundation, not just if she gets elected president. And frankly, the Obama administration should initiate an independent special prosecutor immediately to get to the bottom of what's been going on. I mean, this is really remarkable. Now, the Clintons have actually admitted that there would be a conflict of interest if she became president of the United States, to them accepting foreign contributions to the Clinton Foundation. But apparently, Eric, there was no conflict of interest when Hillary Clinton was the Secretary of State of the United States, involved in and directing all of America's diplomatic efforts. It makes no sense. No one is above the law. The American people have a right to know the answers and to know what was going on here. And Donald Trump and I are calling for immediate action by the administration to create an independent special prosecutor, and that would be the right thing for them to do.
Governor, why do you think there's not much of an appetite by the Obama administration and his Department of Justice to, in fact, appoint a special prosecutor?
Well, we've just seen a course of conduct here. It was a couple of weeks ago that the latest tranche of emails came out that for the first time seemed to establish a direct connection between foreign contributors to the Clinton Foundation and access and favors by the State Department. And a day later, you remember, Eric, we found out that the FBI had actually wanted to initiate a public corruption investigation into the Clinton Foundation, but was shut down by other officials in the Justice Department or in the administration. That's exactly what the special prosecutor statute is for. If the FBI is unable to take action on this, then that's what you appoint an independent special prosecutor for. That's what Donald Trump and I are calling on, and I think millions of Americans would support that call, and we'll see if the president's willing to take the action.
Yeah, you know, President Obama early on, when he appointed or asked Hillary Clinton to join his State Department, said, we want you to keep the Clinton Foundation business separate from the State Department business. Doesn't seem like they did that very well, did they?
Well, it's, you know, this so-called, separation or the wall between the State Department and the Clinton Foundation appears to be crumbling before our eyes. And frankly, Hillary Clinton's making light of it. It really is remarkable. The toughest interview she's done in a while was with Jimmy Kimmel. And she joked that her emails were boring. But, Eric, this is no laughing matter. This is the kind of pay-to-play politics that the American people are tired of, and they deserve to know before early voting begins in just a matter of weeks what the truth of all of this is. And it's time for Hillary Clinton to come clean. It's time for the Clintons to shut down the Clinton Foundation. But more important than that, it's time for this administration to appoint an independent special prosecutor to look into what is increasingly obvious conflict of interest that existed between the Clinton Foundation and the State Department.
Conflict of interest is the nice way of saying possibly pay to play, possibly illegal activity. I'll tell you, in the corporate world, if you were doing this as a board member, ingratiating, lining your own pocket on the basis of your work with a corporation, you'd get thrown out, maybe thrown in jail. Sir, I'd like to turn to the next topic.
But there was that other piece too, Eric. There was that other piece too that we just found out. The AP. I mean, hat tip to the Associated Press for finding out that more than half of the private meetings that Secretary of State Clinton held during her tenure as America's top diplomat were with individuals who had contributed, and interests that had contributed more than $150 million to the Clinton Foundation. I mean, that is just breathtaking, because you have to remember, your viewers need to remember, you know, foreigners cannot contribute to the American political process. And so the idea that the foreign contributions to the Clinton Foundation gained access to the very office of the Secretary of State I think, frankly, it's just shocking. The American people deserve to know what was going on.
I've been looking into the Clinton Foundation for a long time, and I'm telling you, this hook on this company called Teneo Holdings, you're going to hear a lot more about Teneo Holdings going forward. But, boy, this is that wall you're talking about. They brought that wall right down. Teneo bridged the gap between those two worlds, and it looks to me very, very fishy, shady, shadowy. Sir, I want to move on to the next topic. Your campaign, Donald Trump has been on the campaign trail courting the African-American vote and the Hispanic vote. Let's take a listen.
To the African-American voter, great people. To the Hispanic voter, who have been absolutely treated terribly, I say, what do you have to lose? What? I will fix it. I'll be able to make sure that when you walk down the street in your inner city or wherever you are, you're not going to be shot. Your child isn't going to be shot.
Okay, Governor, what are you going for? What number are you looking for? I think you're polling somewhere around 8% of the black vote, somewhere around 22% Hispanic vote. What number do you need?
Look, Donald Trump has made it clear that he wants to be president for all the people of the United States of America. His vision to make America great again, to make America safe again, to make America work again, is a vision for every American in every community, in the city and on the farm. And I got to tell you, I'm so proud to be standing shoulder to shoulder with this man who understands the Republican Party is the party of Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln, you know, led America through that great trial of the Civil War and ended slavery once and for all. It was Abraham Lincoln who championed the end of the abomination of slavery, and our party, I believe our party has to continue, as my hero Jack Kemp used to say, continue to reach out with that opportunity vision to every American. I mean, whether it's African Americans or Hispanic Americans, everybody wants safe streets, they want good schools, they want more jobs, and Donald Trump and I are going to fight to bring that to every community.
There was a marked pivot, maybe about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, where he turned it to focus to African Americans and Hispanics, maybe with this somewhat of a softening position on immigration. Where did that come from? Who generated that pivot?
Well, I can tell you the person running Donald Trump's campaign, the person writing Donald Trump's speeches is Donald Trump. I mean, what you get from Donald Trump, and I just saw it here in North Carolina today again, Eric, is he has made a connection with the American people like no one in my lifetime since Ronald Reagan. And it's because, quite a contrast with Hillary Clinton, he's a truth teller who speaks straight from his mind, straight from his heart. And so I know many of the pundits and the political class want to see some sort of strategy that's at work. What I can tell you is Donald Trump is speaking his mind straight to the American people. They hear him loud and clear, and I truly do believe the momentum in this campaign is extraordinary. And it's going to carry us all the way to victory in November.
Now, we're going to leave it there, Governor. Before we let you go, I just want to point out to our audience, you're at Manufacturing Methods in North Carolina, tool and die company, a flourishing tool and die that started as a small business that expanded, and that's the reason you're there. And thank you very much for spending some time with us tonight. All right,
Eric, this is a great success story. Started with a guy with 2 employees, and we couldn't be more proud to be here.
Yes, sir. All right, thank you very much. Up next, reaction from the other side to our interview with Governor Pence. And later, is the FBI investigating the Clinton Foundation? We've got new inside details. Stay tuned.